Hi guys, it's me, Coco, and today I'll learn you how to become a pro. So, the first thing you should do is uh I'll tell you the starter weapons, cause yeah. The first is the default SMG, the minigun of it. It does simple 14 damage and takes a heck of a long time to just murder a chicken. And has 50 ammo. The next starter weapon is probably the most overpowered one. Sniper has 900,998 ammo and does 80 damage. Two shots to chicken. Which two shots the chicken. The next starter weapon is the shotgun. It does good close-up damage and 18. It's terrible when it's farther. It'll have higher chance of hitting, just will do way less damage. The next starter weapon is, I think it's a starter weapon, is this. It's an unfreezer. I'll show you an example. See? It freezes objects in the air. And also, I see this being used as an actual gun multiple times, and you could see that it does 0 damage. Just remember. The next is this thing. It was all added in, pretty sure, one of the updates, but this is what it does. Go to the musical tab, and it's basically all of it. You can just do this. There's multiple other sounds. My favorite one is, well, warning. This could be loud. Cock sound. Next is the sniping system. This is how it works. You see this button that looks weird? If you click it, you can snipe. And this is to change it of how close you want to snipe. And this is the shoot button. Also, this weird gas thing, that's a gas grenade. It can be used for dual if you're trying to escape. Next, the Molotov, you can use it. And then the egg, probably the most useful from all. It does good damage. Actually, I'll just try with the sniper. Yeah, you can see it does the full armor, which means it will do half your HP. And the Molotov does all your HP. And the next thing, also all these weapons you see are not free. Next is this. This could be used for multiple epic things. I'll show you an example. See these two buttons? You can interact with them. And yeah, you can just interact with them. Here's gonna be an example. What will be? Yeah. See this tire? Also, this weird gear. This is setting. This is the settings menu. Used to be way less complicated, but whatever. This is the settings thing. But yeah, this is, if you can see that this. Yeah. Also, you can make this, which kind of breaks the game. Yeah, it's just, and also this does 0 damage, so don't use it for any fighting mode. It's only used for building constructions. This is one of my constructions. This is it. I made this all pretty much alone, which I'll later tell you how to make something this cool. And maybe even make a tutorial how to build it. Whatever. The next important thing is, you see these red, yellow, and green blocks? This is the buildings tab. This lets you access buildings. And also, this cars tab, you won't have all, and you won't have all these guys, this. You get it. You will not really have everything, because some of them will need points. And also, if you questioned what this search thing does, I just searched up, I know, mob. And yeah, some things with the word mob will appear, and this X thing will just make it back to normal and stuff. And then after you click save, there's all these save gaming and saves game. This is for, well, gaming, and the skybox is, well, for the skybox. And then save building. This allows you to, well, save stuff and spawn it. Spawn my buildings are all these ones that I made a long time ago. And you can probably already recognize this one if you are an OG and watched since the beginning. Yeah, it loaded. It's huge. And ignore the lag. It's huge. And this is, if you watch the Apple video on the second part, you've already seen this map. It's good for relying soup and stuff. And yeah, that's how it works. The next thing that I keep seeing players is, tell me in the comments if you're a chicken gun player, if this is free or not, because I bought it. So I'm not, because I bought it in an older version, so that's why I'm not sure it's free or not. So yeah, and also this does 0 damage, and this was one of the most complicated mechanics. You see this? These two are not connected, but this does that. See? They're connected, and if you press this button, they'll unconnect. And you already probably seen it when the Apple thing is getting loaded. Who minds? Who minds? It's just beginner guide. And now I'll tell you tricks for against when you're like in a fighting. First is that, like this, look, where you just keep jumping. I have jetpack here. You just keep jumping. Yeah, you keep jumping and shooting. Jumping. It's hard to do when you have jetpack. Just keep jumping and shooting, and then it can be harder for them to murder. Maybe easier for them for you to murder. The next one is that it's a duel pack. If you win a duel, like what's happening, if you're a pig and all your teammates are dead, if you do, but if you're a chicken and all your teammates died and then you burn yourself, you will not get a point. That's why I don't do that when I was a chicken, but then I'm a pig, I do that. That's hints, so you become better players. Now, recommended weapons for early game. The first thing I recommend is this. It's a 350, and it's the most the second most overpowered, the third most overpowered gun. I mean machine gun, whatever you want to call it. Because it does 40 damage for 5. If you compare it to the laser gun, which is like almost 2000, it does 49 and does it way quicker. And yeah, the next recommended weapon for early game is this guy. If you have like 450 left off, you can get this guy, who's just a cheaper ultra sniper. Yeah, it's just pretty much an ultra. Just this thing costs all to 20,000, just minus 10. It one hits basically everything in the game. The next thing that that's the next recommended weapon for the machine guns. I see people almost buy it all the time. Where is this thing? So this thing. It's only 250 and it's really good. It's probably gonna be your favorite. Like it's really good. And it's perfect for this jump tactic because it goes, well, way off the aiming, so yeah, you can just murder them. And this is just covered. And also, fun fact, if you know about chicken gun, the flashlight thing actually unlocks the lighting feature for all vehicles. If you did not get the flashlight, this feature will not be able. And when the car freezes, it's gone. Next, and also this is the avatar you start off with. It's simple. Super simple. Let's see. But if you don't know the difference of a mannequin and a chicken, you can actually think this is a mannequin. Let's see which face, of course. Next are some special AIs called mobs. Mobs, well, do this. They just want to murder. And this mob particularly has this. If you play since the early versions of the game before the 50th point something update, you know that if you that the egg used to hatch into that egg monster I spawned accidentally. Yeah, like this one. Just now, if you kill it, even with the weakest weapon in the game, it won't let you have the mob. Which is now sad, like, not even deleting it. When you delete it, it even used to hatch. Yeah, they just removed the feature. And also multiple maps removed. You can just go watch it. Whatever, next, you see this weird chicken that's in the dance? If you click it, these are emotes. When I started, there were only 1 and 2 emotes, which was this, which is victory, and this, which is victory, but with two guns that were just added. One was newer, one is older. And yeah, this is pretty much old. This was the newest one. It was used for a bug that lets you just fly without jetpack and stuff. So yeah, and also next for driving, never, lower the voice, never use the it looks good, but there's a bug in racing where this thing's turning most terrible, where it's turning just terrible. Anyways, it looks like forgetting everything, probably whatever. So for cars, lower. For cars, for the cars, you can do this. Stop moving and then stop moving. It's easier with, well, fast cars and also all the thrusters. It's weird. Because most starting vehicles do not have thrusters. In fact, I'm gonna show you one of them. Probably one that is mostly overused. It's a little Lamborghini with missiles. That only has one it's good if you're a beginner. But if you got the flashlight, yeah. And this is also the shoot button. This bullet going up, whatever. And also, this is something that actually I did not know, and most players did not know in older versions. You see this weird grappling hook grabbing an object? If you do that, if you click it, you can grab the objects and, mess around with them. Also, this weird tab is to change its size, so you can make something like this. You can make it the thickest chicken ever. Also, this is something. You've probably seen it sometimes, but when I was sometimes hovering an object, you see this weird painting thing. Well, this is just colors and other types of colors, meaning you could make something like this. Well, it's ugly, and also, this is the interact button. If you see a finger doing this, you can click it and then it'll do something. Some things used to have it, but are now gone, and you'll need the button so it works. See, I can only change it to save. But when I spawn a button and connect it, it magically moves. It used to be able to be toggleable, but now it is. And also, this is a recommend. That took forever, and whatever. And whatever, it's just, yeah. The next trick that I'm pretty sure is overpowered is, if you have a select, I'll check with the starter weapons. If you have a select view of them, you can do this. If you're a pro, it's overpowered. Because, well, yeah, you can do that. Which is just epic. And wait, whatever. I'll just not doable with the shotgun, but it's doable with the default. You have to move up as you can. Because on free mode, I have a jetpack that is infinite. This is also to use jetpack. I'm pretty sure most players don't know is that you have to hold the jump button, then you'll just start flying. And if you're there, it will instantly do that, so there's not double jumping. But in modes where jetpacks don't spawn, they just make you do it. Also, this is it will unlock your jetpack or give you fuel if and this thing is armor. If you walk through it when you have no armor, it will give you armor. Armor is exactly half the HP, half of the normal HP, and then next are metal. It does good healing, like the exact the same the armor do, and so this is all basic and advanced things, and also this is a trick with the smoke grenade that can do. See that? Also, with the eggs, if you're in duel, you can throw the egg to distract them and cause them like this. Look. Oh no, they're here. Huh? Like that, where you can just bait them, and then you can go for the kill. Huh? Pew 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 pew. Pretty much like that. Sorry for not but it's like that. And that's pretty much it for the default things. And bye guys. I'll go make the video later, so expect this coming out late. But bye.